What is up, XRP community? Welcome back to another video. Thank you for joining me. A lot of great stuff to cover. As you can see on this 4-hour chart, XRP is ripping, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. And you can see here, one of the few times in crypto, doesn't typically happen with XRP, and when it does, it tends to rip. It's outperforming Bitcoin. Bitcoin over the past 24 hours has been rejected from a key level. XRP, on the other hand, doesn't care. Normally, Bitcoin corrects. What happens to XRP? It follows the trend. But this is very interesting. XRP is sitting right at this 59-cent range, and it's looking like it's going to go a lot higher. And MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor, bought another 18,000 Bitcoins. This guy may actually pass up Satoshi and be the largest holder of Bitcoins. They now have 14 billion worth of Bitcoin. So why is XRP going crazy? Well, just 2 days ago, Grayscale comes out and they're going to launch an XRP trust. I've been talking about this XRP ETF being inevitable. It's not an if, it's a when. And this right here, this US XRP trust, is the first domino before we get a potential XRP ETF. So they announced this 2 days ago on the 12th, potentially paved the way for an XRP ETF. Fox News' Eleanor Terrett said, an ETF must be approved by the SEC since it is marketed directly to retail investors, while a trust's structure and sales pitch, so-called accredited investors, gets a lighter regulatory touch. Makes sense. The report also mentioned that Grayscale has published an intended 4-phase product life cycle for the XRP trust, which potentially implies the possibility of an XRP ETF in the future. Grayscale goes on to say each product is intended to follow a 4-stage life cycle with the ultimate goal of uplisting the product to an ETF. So Grayscale, they've had a Bitcoin ETF for a long time. They have a lot of trusts, whether it's Chainlink, whether it's Ethereum. They're going to get this XRP ETF. And they go on to talk about XRP's real world use case. You know, the whole industry of cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, the whole thing that kicked this off. What is it designed to do in the white paper? Peer-to-peer payments. It's a failure in that aspect, digital gold. But just remember, the genesis of crypto was for peer-to-peer digital payments. Bitcoin does not do that, XRP does. As by facilitating cross-border payments that take just seconds to complete, XRP has the potential to transform the legacy financial structure. No shit, we've been saying this for years. Guys, thanks for all the support on the channel. If you want to support, hit that like button. It's free. And it also just gives me some feedback. Lets me know you're rocking with the content. I'm not wasting your time, so thank you in advance. Further bullish stuff, right? I just showed you XRP outperforming Bitcoin. Bitcoin got a key rejection 16 hours ago. XRP usually would reject as well. Doesn't seem to care. This could be why. This is the XRP Bitcoin chart. When you have a chart graphing two crypto assets, or any assets, two assets against each other, it's showing where there is more potential. You can see in the last bull run 2017-2018, XRP had a crazy high ratio because it was outperforming Bitcoin. The level you're at right now, which it's actually bouncing off of, it's historically the lowest we ever go. Okay, the only time we really went below it was after that crazy pump in 2018 and that crazy correction. For a long time, XRP has not had a positive ratio against Bitcoin. It's all changing. Really quick, I want to talk about NVIDIA, the craziest stock right now. A lot of people are comparing it to Cisco, talking about a market bubble. Cisco, at the peak, was worth 5% of US GDP. Today, NVIDIA is 11% of GDP. So a lot of people are speculating, is NVIDIA the next Costco? Is this bubble going to burst? And essentially, the answer is no. Cisco was already being used widely during this dot-com boom, and they had a crazy high price-to-earnings ratio. NVIDIA, on the other hand, has a way smaller price-to-earnings ratio. And what do they make? GPUs. What are those used for? Pretty much everything technological right now, the most innovative areas, whether it's crypto mining, whether it's electric cars, smart cars, whether it's the most important thing, artificial intelligence. And I don't know about you guys, but I think we're just getting started in this AI boom, and Nvidia has a lot of room to go. However, if there is a market correction, and this information here makes me think there is, this Nvidia CEO came out. He says, we're at the beginning of a new industrial revolution. Look what he did while he's saying, oh, we're at the beginning of a new industrial revolution. If we're at the beginning of a new industrial revolution, why are you selling the company you're the CEO of? You can see practically every day, this guy's dumping 120,000 shares of Nvidia. 9 figures, just cashing out. In total, he sold 78 million over the last week. Nvidia CEO has now sold about 700 million worth of Nvidia stock in the last 3 months. Nothing to see here, folks. Just more data that we're probably going to see a correction in the near future. And you can see this Nvidia chart, it keeps getting rejected at this resistance level. And this guy says, give it 3 more days, Nvidia is going to have another big correction. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I think you're going to find this next article very interesting. It's actually not an article, it's a peer-reviewed journal analyzing complexities of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. And look what they say about XRP. They say XRP is the third greatest cryptocurrency following Bitcoin and ETH in terms of market value. Ripple is dealt with the abbreviation XRP in various crypto money stock markets. These authors right here measured the change observed in values of Bitcoin and 16 subcoins between the years of 2013 and 2016 with autoregressive distributed lag model analysis. As a result, it was found that the macroeconomic and financial developments did not form a significant difference upon the value of XRP, and the changes experienced in Bitcoin prices did not influence XRP, kind of like what we're seeing today. Fry in 2018, in his peer-reviewed paper, practiced rational bubble model for cryptocurrencies and detected bubbles in Bitcoin and Ethereum, while no bubble was detected in XRP. He explains the reason why no bubble exists in XRP stems from the technological superiority over Ripple of XRP over Bitcoin, right? So Bitcoin has had a lot more gains. Ethereum had a lot more gains. But Ripple, even though it hasn't had as many gains, the reason they don't detect a bubble with this rational bubble model, I'm not sure exactly what that is. I'm no expert in this kind of analysis, but they used this kind of structure, and because XRP has massive technological superiority, it's the only one of the big 3 that's not in a bubble. Really interesting chart here. U.S. government debt. Notice how it went parabolic as soon as the Federal Reserve was created in 1913. And here is the Federal Reserve. Okay, we're at 20 billion. And just within a few years, 10x the national debt, and it only goes up higher. This is 200 billion. Now we're at 30 trillion. So it just goes to show the scam of the not so Federal Reserve. You guys know that, right? The Federal Reserve is actually a private bank. They just put federal in it to dupe the citizens. Despicable. Trump saying more crypto-friendly stuff. He says we're embracing the future and leaving the slow and outdated banks behind. I really do think Donald Trump, you're just looking at one policy angle and it's around cryptocurrency, I think he's the best decision. The SEC came out with some crazy statements recently. They said they regret any confusion from calling crypto tokens securities. According to a footnote in a September 12th court filing, the US SEC retracted its long-standing characterization of cryptos as securities. The retraction arose from the SEC's ongoing lawsuit against crypto exchange Binance for allegedly offering and selling unregistered securities. The SEC regrets any confusion caused by its characterization of these tokens as crypto asset securities and no longer uses the shorthand term. The SEC's come out and they've said Solana's potentially a security, Ethereum's potentially a security. And now they're going back on their word and saying we never should have called any of these crypto tokens securities. The chief legal officer at Coinbase, who's currently battling the SEC, says SEC regrets any confusion it may have invited by falsely and repeatedly stating that tokens themselves are securities. This is the remarkable representation in the recent amended complaint against Binance. And then he says, I hope Stuart Alderati is getting some good sleep tonight. Stuart Alderati being the Ripple chief legal officer. And he chimed in saying, so the SEC finally admits that crypto asset security is a made up term. And to prove a crypto asset security is an investment contract, the SEC needs evidence of a bundle of contracts, expectations, and understandings. I think it's time for the SEC Gov to admit it has become a twisted pretzel of contradictions. And then he gives them a pretzel AI picture saying it's a new logo. Kind of funny. And BlackRock's coming out and saying Bitcoin could be a hedge against increasing global disorder and declining trust in governments, banks, and fiats. Why? Because Bitcoin's a finite 21 million supply. Similar to Ripple, XRP, a finite 100 billion supply. And it's actually deflationary, right? Every XRP transaction burns a little XRP. So you will never have 100 billion more. You're only going to have less XRP. And the more transaction volume, the faster that supply is going to dwindle down. But whenever we see the world's largest hedge fund coming out, albeit it's talking about Bitcoin, this still speaks massive dividends for XRP, because this is the first time we've ever seen massive investment managers like this giving crypto its respect. He said, this is the BlackRock guy, Bitcoin's an emerging asset. It's only a tenth the size of gold. Therefore, it has high volatility, behaves very differently from stocks. Many investors consider it a hedge against geopolitical and monetary risks. Other investors see it as a way to play on the future adoption of blockchain tech. In either case, investors need to take a measured approach to Bitcoin, considering both the risks and potential returns of the assets. Guys, thanks for watching. If you made it this far in the video, comment BlackRock in the comment section below. When you watch the full video, it's the best way to support, so thank you in advance. And let me know you're one of my loyal viewers by commenting BlackRock in the comment section below. Have a great weekend, guys. God bless you all. Until next time.